This lady goes to the gynecologist but won't tell the receptionist what's wrong with her. Just that she must see a doctor. After hours of waiting, the doctor sees her in. "Okay, my good woman, what's your problem?" the doctor asks. "Well," she says, "my husband is a very compulsive gambler, and every nickel he can get his hands on, he gambles. So I had $500 and I stuffed it in my but now I can't get it out." The doctor says, "Don't be nervous. I see this happen all the time." He asks her to pull down her underwear, sits her down with her legs wide open, puts his gloves on, and says, "I only have one question. What am I looking for? Bills or loose change?" Teacher asks her class if there are 5 birds sitting on a fence and you shoot one of them, how many will be left? She calls on little Johnny to answer. He replies, "There are none left. They all fly away with the first gunshot." The teacher replies, "The correct answer is 4, but I like how you're thinking." Then little Johnny says, "I have a question for you. There are 3 women sitting on a bench having ice cream. One is delicately licking the sides of the triple scoop of ice cream. The second is gobbling down the top and sucking the cone. The third is biting off the top of the ice cream. Which one is married?" The teacher, blushing a great deal, replies, "Well, I suppose the one that's gobbled down the top and sucked the cone." To which little Johnny replies, "The correct answer is the one with the wedding ring on. But I like how you're thinking." An 18-year-old girl finally had the opportunity to go to a party by herself. Since she was very good looking, she was a bit nervous about what to do if boys came onto her. Her mother said, "It's very easy. Whenever a boy starts talking to you, you ask him, 'What will be the name of our baby?' That'll scare them off." So off she went. After a little while at the party, a boy started dancing with her. Little by little, he started kissing her and touching her. She asked him, "What will our baby be called?" The boy found some excuses and disappeared. Sometime later, the same thing happened again. A boy started to kiss her neck and her shoulders. She stopped him and asked about the baby's name, and he ran off. Later on, another boy invited her for a walk. After a few minutes, he started kissing her and she asked him, "What will our baby be called?" He continued, now slowly taking her clothes off. "What will our baby be called?" She asked once more. He began to have with her. "What will our baby be called?" she asked again. After he was done, he took off his full coat, tied it in a knot, and said, "If he gets out of this one, Houdini." After 40 years as a gynecologist, John decided he had enough money to retire and take up his real love, car mechanics. He left his practice, enrolled in a car mechanics class, and studied hard. The day of the final exam came, and John worried if he would be able to complete the test with the same proficiency as his younger classmates. Most of the students completed their exam in 2 hours. John, on the other hand, took the entire 4 hours allotted. The following day, John was delighted and surprised to see a score of 150% for his exam. John spoke to his teacher after class. "I never dreamed I could do this well on the exam. How did I earn a score of 150%? The teacher replied, "I gave you 50% for perfectly deassembling the car engine. I awarded another 50% for perfectly reassembling the engine. I gave you an additional 50% for having done all of it through the exhaust pipe." Man, man was in a terrible car accident and his manhood was mangled and torn from his body. His doctors assured him that modern medicine could give him back his manhood, but that his insurance wouldn't cover the surgery, since it was considered cosmetics. The doctor said the cost would be $3,500 for small, $6,500 for medium, $14,000 for large. The man was sure he would want a medium or large, but the doctor urged him to talk it over with his wife before he made any decision. The man called his wife on the phone and explained their options. The doctor came back into the room and found the man looking dejected. "Well, what have the two of you decided?" asked the doctor. The man answered, "She'd rather have a new kitchen." He walks into a bar and says, "Give me a beer." The bartender says, "Seems as though you've got a major stuttering problem." The man replies, No kidding." The bartender says, "I used to stutter, but my wife cured me. One afternoon, she gave me 3 times in a row, and I haven't stuttered since." The man says, well, that's great to know. A week later, the same man walks into the bar and says, "Give me a beer." The bartender says, "Why didn't you try what I told you?" "I did," said the man. "It just didn't work. But I must say, you have a really nice apartment." The man was sitting at a bar enjoying an after-work cocktail when an exceptionally gorgeous and young woman entered. She was so striking that the man could not take his eyes away from her. The young woman noticed his overly attentive stare and walked directly towards him. Before he could offer his apologies for being so rude, the young woman said to him, "I'll do anything, absolutely anything that you want me to do, no matter how kinky, for $100. One condition only." Flabbergasted, the man asked what the condition was. The young woman replied, "You have to tell me what you want me to do in just 3 words. The man considered her proposition for a moment, withdrew his wallet from his pocket and slowly counted out 5 $20 bills, which he pressed into the young woman's hand. He looked into her eyes and slowly, meaningfully said, "Paint my house."